allowed a lot of guys to get healed up. And then we hit the weight room real hard and get some guys caught up in academics and everything. So it came at the right time, especially for the health part of our team. But yeah, obviously we got some extra time to do some recruiting as a staff and also do some extra preparation time for Cincinnati. So we took advantage of the extra time that we had, the extra week.
You're gonna have like 16 days off between games. Is it gonna help your team, you think, be more healthy?
Yeah, I mean that's the key. I think yeah, it seemed like a long time, but it came at the right time. I think for us in the season after that 8-game stretch, you know, to prepare for these last 4, and so I think the timing works out perfectly for us, especially trying to get our main guy, our running back, healthy. So I think it's going to be huge for him and his development and his progression towards being 100%.
We didn't get a chance to talk since Boise.
Mm-hmm.
What did you kind of try and build off of that game and come back from, you know, after it being so close and not being able to finish it off?
Well, I mean, if you had told me that we didn't have Jamal going into that game and that we still had a chance to win at the end, I'd have taken it. But after looking at the game, there's a lot of opportunities that we had, even to build on the lead and also to make some plays that we weren't able to capitalize on. And so that was frustrating, but I was pleased with the effort and the fight in our guys because it gave us a chance to win the game at the end. And I think if we had blocked it better and would have, I mean, you have to give boys a lot of credit. They just pushed our guys out of the way and blocked that kick, and it just seemed like you know, just all these close games. It would have been a good way for us to you know, win that one on a field goal.
What is Jamal's status?
He should be good. He should be good to go. Yeah.
Did you do any kind of like team scouting and make any changes to the depth chart?
Not really, other than the guys if they get healthy. I mean, there's still some guys that are day to day, you know. So I think it's all the guys that are kind of that there's a question on. I think Jamal will be fine, but for the most part, all the other guys, if we can, it'll change if we feel like there's a lot of progress from now until Thursday. And so yeah, there's still some question marks out there. Guys like Louis and, you know, I mean, you look at some of the other guys that are, I think Mossy, and I'm trying to think of others that I could help you out with, but those are still day to day. Jamal should be good to go.
Can you talk about Squally Canada and just how he did filling in for Jamal and just the progress he's made this year?
Yeah, I think the timing was a little odd because I think everyone assumed that Jamal was going to be ready to go, and when we told him he was going to be the guy, he had a lot of confidence because Jamal was there with him, and so you know, I think he performed well, but I think it was probably worked out in our favor the way it happened. Didn't have a lot of time to think about it, just had to go, you know, and he I don't know exactly, I can't remember what exact numbers were, but I thought he ran the ball hard and you know, he found some open holes, and even when there weren't some, and so we went against a great defense, and I thought he was you know, I thought he did a pretty good job.
One of the things at Boise, the receivers had some chances to make some plays, and the balls got away from them. How's that being addressed? What do you have to do there?
I just have to catch the ball. I mean, I don't know any other way to say it than that. And, you know, I think that was disappointing because I thought those are big-time opportunities that I mentioned it before that could have helped us out and stay on the field and continue drives and possibly get more points on the board. But yeah, we'll just have to keep working with it and make sure that we have the right guys out there to make those plays, and that, you know, using the extra time is going to be helpful for us, and getting the right guys out there and making sure that we, you know, when they have those opportunities to catch the ball, that they have to. It's kind of a given here.
Is that a mentality thing then? Just got to make sure that they've got the right mindset, or?
Yeah, I mean, all the guys that dropped them. I mean, it was I think it's just a little lack of focus on that one, but for the most part, I mean, I can't remember who dropped all of them. It seemed like so long ago, but I mean, even, you know, we had some, you know, Squally Younger dropped one that could have been huge for us. Maybe it's not like it was all on one position, but the receivers, that's their job. We expect them to block downfield for our running backs, and we expect them to catch the ball. So.
You've gone to the trick plays a few times, including the fake punt, obviously, that you know, people have talked about. But how does the execution on the trick plays need to be improved? Because it just doesn't seem like they've done a whole lot for it.
Yeah, we just got to. I mean, we thought it was going to be there, but it wasn't really. I can't really so the execution wasn't perfect. I know it was a little odd because of where it was at, but you know, we'll see if I like taking risks, you know, and it didn't cost us. So it was one of those things where everybody say, well, what could have happened? Yeah, but imagine if it worked, you know. So I look forward to the next chance that we can do it. So I'm pretty sure Cincinnati's watching film and saying, hey, watch the fakes, you know, and that's a good time to run one too when they're expecting it. So just trying to put it out there for Coach Tuberville.
Is that
No, but I mean, it's a game. We thought we had something there, and obviously it didn't work out. But it didn't cost us any points. So I know people can be critical of it, but it didn't cost us anything. I mean, they missed the field goal, so you know, didn't really. You know, I've had people ask me why we kicked the field goal earlier than on second down. Well, if you watch the earlier field goal that we kicked, they did a line shift on us, and there's a lot of movement. It could have been called a penalty on us. And so our offensive line, with the noise and the line shift, actually jumped, and it didn't get called, but we still made the field goal, you know. But if with no timeouts, with 15 seconds left on the clock, if we get penalized again, it's a 10-second runoff, you know. And so it felt like, okay, if we get it down to 5 seconds and there's a line shift and we get a penalty, and if you watch the film on the kick, they took a timeout and they shifted and we actually moved. So that's one of the reasons why we did the kick earlier. If we had a timeout, then we might have been able to do something with the plays on that. So all the thoughts and everything that we're thinking about and going into the game, the decisions we make are all stuff that we calculate, and some of them don't look great, especially on 4th and 19, but what if it worked, you know? So look forward to another 4th and long and proving some people wrong. Or not, we'll see.
Can that be a calling card for you guys' teams? You're willing to take those risks. Can that help your team out?
Well, why do you practice it if you're not going to do it? You know, so you know, so we practice all these different situations, and you know, if we see an opportunity, I have to give Boise credit. In the short week, they changed some things up front with the punt return, and if they would have done the old stuff, you know, they shouldn't have added something new on punt return. But if they would have done the old stuff, I think it would have worked out fine. But we'll see. You know, we have a really athletic punter in Johnny, and he's a great rugby player, so he knows how to run. He's got a lot of speed, so we'll see if we can take a chance on some other play. We'll see.
Is there going to be any consideration given to getting Tanner Mangum maybe an opportunity to play?
Well, he's our
Cincinnati?
backup quarterback, and so I've talked to Ty, and we've talked about as a staff from the beginning of what our plans are for our players and getting them ready. Obviously, we know that he's going to be the guy of the future, but the main key is to try to win the game, you know. And Taysom's our starting quarterback, and you know, Tanner will have his turn, and we'll see what happens. But as far as game planning and all that, that's still in the works. So I can't say, but that was always in the works from the beginning anyways, you know, from week 1 to week 8. And so this week's no different. So we're always looking at opportunities that we can get guys on the field, and quarterback's no different. I don't know if that helps you, but so basically what's been going on is pretty much the same. Yeah.
What do you make of Cincinnati? You guys got a head start on them. What do you make?
Yeah, really good team. I mean, they have some really athletic guys, and you know, just looking at them, especially the Houston film, was really impressive. They were there from the very beginning, and then it just seemed like the you know, a bunch of scoring happened, and so the game was a lot closer than the final actually shows. But they have a great coaching staff. I think I've said this every week about every team that we've seen on schedule. And, you know, we've gone against some great teams in the first 8 games, and this one fits the schedule perfectly. So we're expecting their best shot. We go there, and so it's another long trip for us, and we're looking forward to it. We're actually looking forward to this being the last one in the regular season and coming home for that 3-game stretch at home. So it's going to be fun.
Did you focus much on Cincinnati during the bye week, or was it more on you guys?
No, it was both. I mean, you have to take advantage of the bye week, and so Cincinnati was our focus, and getting our guys healthy and keeping them progressing. Specifically, the younger guys, developing the depth. working on our technique and getting stronger in the weight room. But Cincinnati's our next opponent. That's all. That's as far as we take it. We focused on them, and yeah, we planned on them from the beginning after the Boise game was done.
Is there a team that you've played this year that you would compare Cincinnati to as offense or defense?
Well, a lot of the spread teams, so like West Virginia and Toledo and those type of teams, you know, they're dangerous in a lot of different ways. And so defensively, we've seen this. So there's a lot of carryover with some of the teams that we've seen. And I mean, that's going to be that way when you go to game 9 in the season. So we're thankful in that part. But a lot of great players and great coaching. So we're expecting a great game.